Ever notice how your biggest problems suddenly appear at 2 a.m.? You're not alone. One minute you're trying to sleep. The next, you're replaying an embarrassing conversation from 5 years ago, worrying about your future, or wondering if you're making all the wrong decisions. But here's the weird part. Those same problems usually don't feel nearly as scary the next morning. So, what's happening inside your brain? It might feel like something is wrong with you. Maybe you think you're just an overthinker. But the truth is, your brain is actually doing something it's designed to do. The problem isn't that you think too much. It's when you're doing the thinking. During the day, your brain is incredibly busy. You're working, studying, talking to people, checking messages, watching videos, making hundreds of tiny decisions without even realizing it. Your attention is constantly jumping from one thing to another. But when night arrives, everything slows down. The notifications stop, the conversations end, the world gets quieter. And for the first time all day, your brain finally has room to process the thoughts it kept postponing. That's why worries you've ignored all day suddenly show up when your head hits the pillow. Here's what makes it even trickier. By nighttime, your brain is mentally exhausted, and an exhausted brain isn't very good at judging reality. Imagine trying to solve a difficult puzzle after staying awake for 20 hours. You'd probably make mistakes. Your emotions work the same way. A small mistake starts feeling like a disaster. An unanswered text suddenly feels like rejection. A tiny uncertainty about your future becomes a full-blown life crisis. The situation hasn't changed, only your perspective has. This creates something psychologists call rumination. It's when your brain keeps replaying the same thoughts over and over without actually finding a solution. And here's the frustrating part. It feels productive. You convince yourself that if you think about it just a little longer, you'll finally figure everything out. But instead, your brain keeps asking, what if? What if I fail? What if they don't like me? What if I made the wrong decision? Before you know it, one thought has turned into 20. So how do you stop it? The answer isn't to force yourself to stop thinking. That usually makes the thoughts even louder. Instead, try this. When a worry pops into your mind, ask yourself one simple question. Can I do anything about this right now? If the answer is yes, write down the first small step you'll take tomorrow. Then let it go for the night. If the answer is no, remind yourself that staying awake won't solve it. You're simply borrowing tomorrow's stress and paying for it with tonight's sleep. Another trick is to write your thoughts in a notebook. Getting them out of your head and onto paper tells your brain, I don't need to keep reminding myself about this. It's safe. I'll deal with it tomorrow. Sometimes that's enough to quiet the mental noise. So the next time your brain decides to hold a meeting at 2 a.m., remember this. Your thoughts aren't always telling you the truth. Sometimes they're just speaking through exhaustion. Get some sleep. Tomorrow you'll probably see the same problem much more clearly. Because not every problem needs a midnight solution. Some just need a morning perspective.